So on ground level, a vertical rod, 12 feet tall. All right, here we go, 12 feet tall. Cast a shadow nearby that is 4 feet. All right, so we got a shadow here that's 4 feet. At the same time, a nearby flagpole casts a shadow that's 12 feet long. All right, how tall or how many feet tall is the flagpole? It's really tall, right? So I think this one might be as easy as 4 times what is 12, right? 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So then we're going to take a look at 12 times what, or 12 times 3 is what, all right? Yep, and that one's just 36e. So you can also set this one up as a proportion. We can do 12 over 4. Now, if you look at like the answer key, this is what it says to do. Set up on proportion. 12 over 4 equals x over 12. All right, and so what that does is that puts you in an instance where it's 4x. You know, we cross multiply here. 4x equals 144. So we get x equals 36. All right, either way, 36. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at another one. We've got Kalino. That's a great name, Kalino. All right, let's see what Kalino is doing. Kalino earned 4 scores on 4 tests, which is pretty good, each worth 100 points, given so far this term. Okay, so this question is actually quite common. I teach a dual credit course, and this question comes up quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add these tests, because when I find the average, I add the tests and divide by how many there is. All right, so usually I would divide that by 4, but it says, what would I have to get on the 5th test? So notice that it says, okay, I don't know what the 5th test is. Okay, so what would I have to, I'm just going to call it X. So what would I have to get on that 5th test in order to average 90? So I'm going to divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 5. That equals 90. So again, they're giving us 4. We got to go ahead and add that X and divide by 5 and set it equal to our new average. So go ahead and turn on this. Hey, don't look at my calculator history. All right, I got 80 plus 93 plus 85 plus 95. So it looks like I have 353. So this is going to be 353 plus x divided by 5 equals 90. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 5. Okay, multiply by 5 there. Okay, so I'm going to get 353 plus x equals 450. How many of you use your calculator? You don't need to use a calculator on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 353. So he needs, it looks like a 97. Let's go ahead and make sure that's the case. 97. Remember, the goal is to make sure you get the questions right that you know on the ACT. Okay, the answer is K, 97. All right, that lines up with the answer key. All right, here we go. Our goal here is to get through 14 problems, ACT prep. I haven't looked at these problems. Usually I look at them, but it's a Saturday. You know, we were busy. What are you going to do? If x equals -5, what is the value of x squared minus 1 times x plus 1? Now, right away, like, you may not see this. You can plug in -5. Here's the issue if you plug in -5. Okay, Snyder, I wonder how you did on your test today. Did you dominate that math version or what? All right, was it easier than you thought? So I got this -5, yeah. Okay, I got this -5. You could just plug that right in there, okay, and then square it. I got this natural ability whenever I see two numbers that are squared with the minus sign in the middle, that's factorable, x plus 1, x minus 1. What that allows me to do here is that allows me to see that I can go ahead and cancel. And I can cancel. So I'm just left with x minus 1. This makes it way easier. So if I have x equals -5, I do -5 minus 1, and that equals -6. Okay, so for 3, the answer is A, confirmed by the answer key. Only 7. I think you did pretty darn good then. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the next one. Kaya ran 1 2/5 miles on Monday and 2 1/3 miles on Tuesday. What was the total distance in miles Kaya ran in those 2 days? So basically, they just want us to go ahead and convert these into improper fractions and then add them together, right? So 1 2/5. So I'm going to take 1 times 5 and then plus 2. So I'm going to get 7 over 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add. I got 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 1, which is 7 over 6. All right. Could have ran 1. Yeah, I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, why do I feel like I'm missing something here? I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to get common denominators. 30. Looks like 30 is my common denominator. So when I go ahead and run these numbers here, I'm going to get 7 times 6, 42. I'm going to get 5 times 7, right, which is 35. So it's going to give me 77 over 30. What am I missing here? She ran this many miles. Oh, it's 2. 7 over, well, this one's over 3. That's what I'm missing. All right, this one's over 3, so that makes it a little bit easier because it makes it over 15. So this is going to give me 21 over 15. I multiply these by 3. I'm going to multiply these by 5. So I'm going to get plus 35 over 15. And then that gives me 30, 40, 56 over 15. Oh, I'm off the page. So now what we're going to do is how many times does 15 go into 56 evenly? So it goes 15, 30, 45. So that gives me 3. How many are left over after I do 45? Well, 45, and then I count to 56. That leaves me with 11. Okay, so 11 and 15. So 3 and 11 fifteenths. Okay, notice I made a little mistake at the beginning. I literally do that all the time. Okay, you will too. It's no big deal. Go back, see where you made your mistake, and keep going. All right, here we go. Number 5. Number 5. Consider the 3 statements below to be true. All insects are attracted to honey, are ants. Okay. Insect I is not an ant. Insect J is attracted to honey. This is like P and Q, like if P then Q. All insects are attracted to honey. All insects that are attracted to honey are ants. So we have if P, P would be honey, then Q, okay, then they are ants. I is not an ant, okay, so I is not an ant. Insect J is attracted to honey, okay? So if insect J is attracted to honey, insect J would be an ant because this is all insects are attracted to honey. So E, is it that simple? Let's take a look. 5. Yep, the correct answer is E. So basically, they're just trying to trick you, okay? They're just trying to trick you. It's E. It says all insects are attracted to honey, are ants. J is attracted to honey, therefore it must be an ant. All right, here we go. Next one. What is the value of the expression, the root of m over x minus 3, when x equals -1, m equals -16? All right, let's take a look. Ooh, we got some i's in there. Remember, it's been a while. I equals the square root of -1. It's an imaginary unit, okay? So whenever we get a square root and it has negative, we go ahead and we take out that -1. So I'm going to get the square root of m is -16 divided by x is -1 minus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and get the square root of -16 divided by -4. So I get the square root of 4. I get 2. I get G. Let me just confirm here with my answer key. Number 6, the answer is G. Perfect. Okay, we're on a roll here. We're on a roll. Tickets for the community theater production cost $6 when you bought in advance and $8 when you bought them at the door. The theater group's goal is at least 2,000 in ticket sales for opening night. The theater group sold 142 opening night tickets in advance. What is the minimum number of tickets they need to sell at the door in order to make their goal? Okay, so if they sold 142 tickets at the advanced price, which is $6, then I'm going to go ahead and my TI here. 142 times 6. I end up getting $852. So we have $852 prior to us opening the doors. So I'm going to take 2,000 minus 852. 2,000 minus 852, I get 1148. All right, so I get 1148. This is how much money I still need to raise. Now it says, how many tickets do I need? Well, if I need to raise $1,148 and that costs $8 per ticket, let's see if I can do the math here. 8 goes into 11 one time with 3 left over. 8 goes into 34 3 times with 2 left over. Okay, let's see. I may do it wrong here. 1148 divided by 8. 143.5. Oh, so maybe I was right. Maybe not. This would have been 4. So 143.5. So they must sell at least 144 tickets. At least 144 tickets. You got to round up. All right, you got to round up on those. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at number 8. We've got Mark and Juanita own a sandwich shop. Juanita own a sandwich shop. They offer 3 kinds of bread, 5 kinds of meat, 3 kinds of cheese. Each type of ingredient has a combination of exactly 3 ingredients: 1 bread, 1 meat, 1 cheese. How many are possible? Well, I personally think it's easiest to see a tree diagram, right? So you've got, they offer 3 kinds of bread, all right? So this is bread 1, 2, 3. And then they offer 5 types of meat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then based off of that, they do 3 kinds of cheese. So right? So basically what I have is I'm going to have 3 times 15, or you can do 3 times 5 times 3. All right, 3 times 5 times 3, which is J, 45. 45. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. We got number 9. If 12 times x minus 11 equals negative 15, then what is x? I'm going to go ahead and just solve this just like a regular linear equation. Go ahead and use the big old distributive property. I get 12x. 12x minus 11 times 12. Well, 12 times 12 is 144. Minus 12 would be 132 equals negative 15. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and in my calculator, I guess I don't need my calculator just yet. So I'm going to take plus 132 to both sides. So I'm going to get 12x equals, all right, this would be 117. Divide by 12, divide by 12. How many times does 12 go into 117 evenly? So I'm going to go 117, divide by 12. Let's take a look at that whole number. 9, okay, 3/4. All right. Well, I guess it wants us to reduce, I'm assuming. So we'll go to math. So I went math and then I went fraction and I got 39/4. This is why this calculator is by far the best to use on the ACT, so that you can go ahead and do things like that. So number 9 is letter E. Okay. All right, number 10. We got question number 10. It says, if the figure below A, B, C, E are collinear, AD and BC, sorry, AD, BD, and BC are all the same length. All right, so they're marked that way. Perfect. And the angle measure of ABD is marked 25 degrees. Perfect. What is the degree measure of BCE? All right, so what's the measure of this? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. So this right here, ABD, this is an isosceles triangle. What we know about an isosceles triangle, so if a triangle is isosceles, we have base, angles, Congruent. Yeah, I don't even remember that from geometry. Probably no one. No big deal. So this is 25. So if this is 25, then this is 25. So if I use triangle or angle sum theorem, which is all these add up to 180, I go ahead and take 180 minus 50, and I end up getting 130 for this angle right here. So if that's 130, then this angle right here is going to be 180 minus 130 because those are supplementary. So that's 50, right? So if this is 50, what do we know about angle DBC? Yes, this is an isosceles triangle again. So that means this one is going to be 50 as well because base angles are congruent. If this one's 50, then what is angle BCE? Yes, 130. It looks like letter J. Oh, geez. So excited, I just snapped my pencil lead in half. Now, let me just confirm number 10, letter J is correct. All right, let's take a look at number 11. If f of x equals 9x squared plus 5x minus 8, then what is f of negative 2? Oh, this is a great question. Only because a lot of you are going to screw this up when you put in your calculator. So when I put in negative 2 in for x, I got to put it in parentheses. You got to put it in parentheses, all right? Your calculator will screw it up if you don't. All right, so plus 5 times negative 2 minus 8, I get 18. Okay, this one's not bad when you got that calculator. So letter C, 18. Letter C, 18. All right, here we go. Number 12. What is the least common multiple? Okay, so factors. All right, so let's just take a look here. So we've got factors. Numbers, not hashtag, numbers that go into I'll just say them, I mean like a number, evenly. All right. Multiples are numbers that go on by adding. All right. So I know it's kind of confusing, but here's what I mean. So the factors of 30 are 2, 5, 10, 15. Those are numbers that go into them evenly. Multiples are numbers that go on by adding. So a multiple of 30 would be 30, 60, 90, 120. That's what I mean by adding. Okay, 150. I don't know how far I'm going to have to go. I guess I would have to go to 420 or 120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a look at 20. So I'm going to have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. All right. Oh, looks like I got the rest of the page. Perfect. Now I'm going to take a look at 70. 70 is going to be the trickier. So it's 70, 140, 210. Yeah, see, I'm already a list too high. I guess the best thing you could do is go ahead and go up by the largest first. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of cheat here. I'm going to do, since I know 120 is not the answer, I'm going to do 420. I'm going to go ahead and divide that by, like, hopefully you would know this, but let's divide it by 70. Okay, great. Let's divide 420 divided by 30, all right? Yep, it goes in evenly, and the last one, 420 divided by 20, obviously works. So my answer is 420. All right, here we go. With that being said, let's go ahead and call it a night. 21 minutes here at Math Be Real. Keep on keeping on.